Hello and welcome to Colred Plays Raid Shadow Legends. I am Colred. Thank you for joining me. So today is Monday, and that means this is our weekly planning video. So in today's video, we're going to take a look at the week ahead, and we're going to identify any particular areas of special value or concern. We're going to make a plan for getting the most out of our resources and achieving our objectives. In addition, I'm going to remind you about all the various timers in the game to make sure that you're on track with doing the things that you need to do for your account. Now, there is a lot going on this week with a fusion event and the 5-year raid anniversary, so we've got a lot to cover. Let's get started. Just a quick reminder, Raid Madness is happening for the entire month of March. However, the bracket prediction period is now closed, so no more predictions can be made. However, even if you don't have your prediction in, you can still participate in Raid Madness because we need everybody's votes to determine the outcomes of the first round matchups. So you can still head to the link in the description of this video, check out the bracket, and vote for your favorite champion. Voting will last until midnight Wednesday night or Thursday morning. And remember that we are now -4 UTC here on the East Coast because clocks have changed. I'm definitely excited to see the results of the first round, so I can't wait to see how you voted for these champions. All right, so let's plan our week. First, let's start with the timers. Now, there are some timers that are still ending very shortly. You want to make sure that you do your clan quests. You can see 15 hours left on clan quests, so if you haven't completed any of these, make sure that you do so. And also the reminder that that means tomorrow you will be picking your new clan quests up. Don't forget to do that early in the week so you have the most opportunities to get those clan quests done. At the same time, remember that the shop resets as well, so make sure to get your items out of the clan shop before the reset because it does reset on the weekly basis. So if you want your accessories or your champion fragments, or maybe you have a tome available, go ahead and pick that up today. Okay, on Monday, we know that we are getting towards the end of the Hydra Clash period. There is a day and 18 hours left, so basically a day and a half from this point forward to complete your Hydra keys. You can see I still have all 3 Hydra keys. I need to get them done. I don't like waiting until the last minute. I often do, but you should start planning now when you're going to spend these Hydra keys, especially if you're interested in those Hydra Clash rewards. Now, as you can see, Doom Tower still has 9 days left, and in fact, that means 10 sets of keys because you will get 1 set of keys after server reset and before Doom Tower reset. So there is an extra set of keys out there, which means you can still get 100 floors worth of progress between normal Doom Tower and hard Doom Tower. So make sure that you're maximizing your rewards there. And also don't forget about the secret rooms. You can always get extra silver keys through the secret rooms, but you want to get those fragments because we do have a champion chase event coming up later in this fusion. And so you're going to want to have as many fragment champions in the portal available and ready to go as possible. Looking at the Cursed City timer, we can see we just reset last night. So this is now an entirely new Cursed City. Get it started on the right foot by not missing any keys early. Remember that if you get that advanced quest that requires you to complete 2 Cursed City stages, you don't have to do new stages. You can repeat old stages to complete that quest. So as long as you can do at least 1 stage of the Cursed City, you can always complete that advanced quest just by repeating it twice. The arena also reset last night, both Classic Arena and Tag Team Arena, so go ahead and change your defenses now. It's often best early in the rotation to put in weak defenses. That allows everybody to farm the medals and gold bars in Arena very easily. And then think about when you want to put in your real defense. What day of the week does it make sense for you to get that in so you can either hold your position or climb into the next tier of arena? Now, we do have a CVC coming our way in just about 16 hours. A couple of considerations with the fusion event that's ongoing is when you're going to spend your resources, because some resources will give you points in Clan v Clan and may be useful in various events and tournaments in the overall fusion event. So let's take a look at the fusion calendar so we can kind of plan our CVC and our fusion at the same time. Okay, here is our calendar, and as you can see, the Clan v Clan tournament is over Tuesday and Wednesday and into Thursday morning. You can see that a champion training event actually starts after the CVC ends. Now, with champion training events, generally you don't get points for using tomes or ascending champions. So if you want to ascend champions or put skill tomes into them during the CVC tournament, that's entirely fine. You're not going to be wasting those resources because you can't get any points during the champion training event. However, champion training does award points for leveling up and ranking up champions. So you may want to hold back on doing that kind of champion training during the CVC. Just book them out, maybe ascend them, but don't level them up or promote them during the CVC. In addition, you probably want to hold onto your shards during the CVC and not pull for new champions. You might not even want to pull fragment champions because we do have a champion chase that is starting on Friday. And then remember the hero's path that starts later in the week down here starts on Monday. That will also be a champion summoning or shard summoning hero's path. So you're going to want to hold onto your shards. Now, a lot of players are talking about making this hero's path event their main summoning event during this fusion. So they may be skipping champion chase. Maybe they skipped the summon rush and they're going to be focused on the hero's path instead, because there's a belief or at least a suspicion that there may be a guaranteed champion included in the hero's path event, since no other rewards other than fragments are really listed here. And typically you'll have a list of rewards on this calendar. So there's a suspicion that this is starting on the 18th, which is after St. Patrick's Day, but it may be the St. Patrick's Day champion that is the guaranteed champion. So if you want to hold on to shards for this, make sure you don't spend them in the CVC and consider how you're going to complete your champion chase, or if you want to skip the champion chase entirely. Personally, I would recommend that if you're not sure you're going to be able to complete the hero's path, you may want to complete the champion chase, guaranteeing yourself this fusion. Don't mess up this fusion. It's an important fusion. So if you are in for the fusion, make sure you lock that down. That is a better guaranteed reward. You know what that reward is. So focus on locking that in before you start worrying about another event. But simultaneously, don't overspend, right? If you can hold on to resources for another event, you always want to do so. Now, another quick note here in the calendar, we do have a Prism event, Prism shard event going on. You can see that there is a Sand Devils turn attack that is rewarding Prism crystals. Now, in addition to that, there is an artifact enhancement event that is awarding Prism crystals. But this one also awards champion fragments. So this artifact enhancement event is probably something you're doing if you're going for the fusion, while the Sand Devil turn attack does not award any progress towards the fusion. So this would take additional energy on top of whatever you've allocated for your fusion. So don't go for this Sand Devil turn attack and screw up the fusion. Make sure that if you do go for it, you have the gems or the energy or both to lay out the extra resources and collect the rewards here in the Sand Devil turn attack tournament. Now back in game, we can see that the Prism event is live. And if you want to check out the summon pool, it is here. It's a pretty good pool. High Elves is fun. It's great. There aren't a ton of like totally OP champions, but a lot of usable champions. I would like Lysandra actually. Neldor is a fantastic champion as well for Fire Knight hard mode, so if you need help there. But the big prize is absolutely the new champion, Finna, Blade of Aravia. She has the new faction-specific aura. I forget exactly what they're calling this power, but the faction empowerment abilities. You can also see here, that's what it is, faction unity. The faction unity bonuses to several of her skills. So these champions are going to be harder to get and typically will only come, it looks like, from these Prism Shard events. So if you're interested in these new faction unity champions, this is something you may want to focus on. You can see it's 25 Prism Shards for a summon, and you do have a 6% chance of a legendary, which is the same as a Sacred Shard. So I would certainly consider this as a possibility, especially if you're not doing the fusion. You may be able to go out and get these Prism Shards pretty easily. However, again, don't mess up your fusion for this. And just one last look at the fusion timers. You can see we have a Dungeon Divers event for just over 15 hours. There is currently an Ice Golem tournament going on right now. So you're going to want to dump all of those Ice Golem energy runs into the Dungeon Divers event to make sure you complete this. The Dungeon Divers events tend to be the ones that you can't speed up. You need to be grinding them all of the time so that you don't miss out on these fragments. We've got an artifact enhancement event starting tomorrow in about 18 hours. And you also want to make sure you finish your classic arena takedown tournament and, again, your Ice Golem tournament. If you need to drop more energy into the Ice Golem tournament to complete that Dungeon Divers, you should. That's going to help you get the silver that you need to complete the next artifact enhancement event. Okay, so that is it. That is our weekly preview. Let me know in the comments below if I missed anything. We will pin those comments up at the top so that everybody can see any particular considerations that we missed this week. Also, let me know if this is helpful. I want to make sure that you're finding all the information that you need in these videos. So if there's anything that you would like me to cover on a weekly basis, I want to hear your suggestions. All right, that's it for me today. Thanks so much. Don't forget about the Raid Madness voting. I have been Colred, and I will see you in another video soon.